Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
ECOWAS continues to show its true colors. We've seen it with Niger, we see it with Burkina Faso, we've been seeing it with Gabon. Now, the recent development is over Togo's new proposed constitution. After it was announced, ECOWAS made a statement on X. They said, quote, due to the seriousness of the controversial constitutional reforms that the government planned to introduce, end quote. But shortly after releasing that statement, it was replaced by a new press release that said, quote, information mission, end quote. ECOWAS delegates would not engage in any other process as indicated in a previous press release which has been withdrawn, end quote. So clearly they are changing their tone, and it is quite obvious to see from outside. First, they reacted, they wanted to seem fair, and then when they probably got a call behind the scenes from their friend, the leaders are like, they have their own thing going on. They pick and choose who they stand against or stand with. If a leadership seems to be doing well for their people, they get alarmed because they know tomorrow it might be them that will be kicked out of office. So they come together to protect their own. So now the person that they want to protect is the president of Togo. And the reason why this whole controversy came about is because the president of Togo wanted to change the constitution so he can stay in power for longer. At least that is what his opposition is claiming. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss. Activists and opposition leaders in Togo are calling out the leader and calling for protests to stop the country's president from signing off on a new constitution that would scrap future presidential elections and could extend his decade-long rule until 2031. The constitution, which was passed by the country's lawmakers, now awaits President Faoure's final approval. This will grant Parliament the power to choose the president, doing away with the direct elections. This makes it likely that the president would be re-elected when his mandate expires in 2025. That's why we say they will do anything to stay in power. They will change the constitution, they will unalive opposition leaders, they will arrest opposition leaders, they will do what needs to be done for them to stay in that position. Now, in this case, in Togo's case, it is quite literally changing the constitution so he can stay in power. So there's a possibility of him being there until 2031, even though he's already been a president for almost 20 years and his father was the president before him. 57 years is not a short period of time, and that's the amount of time that this family run the country.
Activists and opposition leaders in Togo called on Wednesday for protests to stop the country's president from signing off on a new constitution that would shift the nation from a presidential to a parliamentary system and could see Faure Gnassingbé extend his rule. Late on Monday, in an assembly dominated by the ruling party, lawmakers passed the new constitution, which scraps universal suffrage to elect the president. However, the mandate of some of these MPs was set to expire late last year. The opposition argues that the constitution only enables these lawmakers to manage urgent and current affairs, and that the constitutional reform demands a referendum.
So basically, this new proposed constitution is going to take away the right to vote. The citizens will not be allowed to vote for who they want. It is going to be the parliament that is going to vote for their leadership. How are you expecting the people to accept this? How do you tell them that I'm taking away your vote, but you tell them, no, this is the best. This is for you. We have the best intention at heart for you as the people. It's unlikely that's the case, and that's what the opposition are claiming. But ECOWAS, instead of standing up for the people of Togo and asking for clarification, now they say they want to just ask for information, like, what are you doing, Togo? But when it comes to Niger, they didn't have the same attitude. They were threatening to invade Niger. Niger's Prime Minister Ali is speaking out, and he opened up about how Nigerians feel about ECOWAS, almost like they have been betrayed. And he said the way they have been treated is inhumane. They have cut the import of medicine, they have cut electricity and food from getting to Niger and Nigerians. Let me show you a clip of the interview that he gave to BBC. We'll come back and discuss.
To kamar batun tattalin arziki saboda takunkumi da kasashen ECOWAS suka sawa Niger, kamar yaya kuke fuskantar abubuwa na gwamnati a yau da kullum?
Wannan rishin adalci na wannan kasashe ba a taɓa ma wata ƙasa a duniya ba kamar yadda aka mana. Wannan takunkumi da aka sa na hana shigowar da magani da al'umma za su yi aiki da shi, da abinci da za su yi, da yanke wuta, kai ko a cikin yaƙi da ake yi. Wannan ba zan dawo busan shi ba saboda shugaban ƙasarmu General Chani ya yi sanarwa a bisa haka. Ko Ukraine da ake yaƙi ai kun gani ba a zo ba aka ce za a yanke musu wani abu. Kai ko nan Mali, ai tsakanin Mali da Cote d'Ivoire akwai wuta da Mali take saya. Lokacin da juyin mulki ya same su har sau biyu, ai ba wanda ya je ce a cire musu wuta ko? To kenan wannan rashin adalci da aka nuna mana, mun sa ido mu gani har ina mutane za su je da shi.
To kamar yanzu saboda irin su Amurka sun yanke wancan tallafi da suka ce za su bayar, kamar kun fara tunanin ta ina za ku samu waɗansu kuɗi da za su ku cike wannan giɓin?
Yo, na gaya maka duk irin wannan hanyoyi da ya kamata a bi muna cikinsu. Insha Allahu za mu fita daga cikin wannan.
Kamar waɗanne hanyoyi kenan?
To kai yanzu so kake zamanto kullum a ce ƙasashenmu sai wani ya kawo mana tallafi? Ƙasarmu tana cikin ƙasashe masu arziki a duniya. Kwanciyar hankalin wannan da muke nema in ya dawo, za ku gani abin da zai faru insha Allah.
Amma kana ga kamar Najeriya kamar ba ta yi abin da ya dace ba a matsayinta na makwabciyarku?
To, Najeriya ka san ka ɗauka daga jihar Doso har zuwa Lak kusan Chadi. Daga ko ina 'yan uwa ne. Mun yi tsammani wannan abun Najeriya za ta tashi. Farko ta ce ba ta yarda ba a addaba mana wannan rashin adalci. Mun yi tsammanin haka. To ya zamanto kuma duk da haka muka yi haƙuri saboda duk mutanen arewa na Najeriya sun nuna mana ɗaya.
We all said what ECOWAS was doing to Niger was not right, especially because they are the neighboring countries of Niger. They are their own brothers and sisters. People literally have family members in Nigeria and Niger. That's how close they are. And for them to turn on them like that, by them I mean the leaders, it has nothing to do with the people, because even the Prime Minister here, if you've heard him say, he mentioned that the people of Nigeria actually supported them. So we all saw how the actual citizens, the average people, how they felt about the sanctions that were put on Niger. People were not supporting that. It's the leadership that made that decision to sanction Niger and to make their lives miserable. So I'm glad that he also acknowledged that the people supported them. It's just certain people that want to see Niger suffer because of the coup. So it's clear to see who is on their side and who is not. And it's clear to understand why Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali do not want to go back to ECOWAS and why they left. They said that it is because they believe ECOWAS has puppet masters, and I mean, we don't have to tell you who that is. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you